What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be hitting you with 5 buy low trade targets in your fantasy football leagues. And let's get right into it. First one is going to be George Kittle. Now with Kittle, he's been injured these past 2 weeks, but I actually think you can use that to your advantage in terms of getting him cheap. Second factor is that Garoppolo is now the quarterback moving forward for the 49ers instead of Trey Lance. Now, I actually think this is a positive direction for the 49ers pass catchers, because while I was a huge fan of Trey Lance coming into this year for fantasy, that was because it's fantasy. He was going to get you a ton of points on the ground, but he wasn't necessarily going to be the most efficient quarterback in terms of real-life football. With Garoppolo, we already know that he can support this cast of receivers for the 49ers, which is a positive thing for Debo, Kittle, and Ayuk. And since Kittle's owners haven't seen what he can do yet this season, I actually think you might be able to take advantage of some anger, some disappointment with the fact that Kittle hasn't played yet, and actually get him cheaper than you might in, let's say, a week or two. So go out and send a trade offer for him. Second player is going to be Jamar Chase. Now, Chase is actually second in the league in targets, but you wouldn't know it after that 10-point dud he just put up. Now, obviously, he had that huge week 1 against my team, Pittsburgh Steelers, so I'm not saying that you can just get Jamar Chase for Curtis Samuel. But what I am saying is that considering that 10-point outing against the Cowboys and the general just negativity around the Bengals offense right now, you might be able to package a low-end wide receiver 1, high-end wide receiver 2 that's been overperforming, someone like Michael Thomas, who already has 3 TDs this year, and add another piece for Chase and get him significantly cheaper than you would have at the start of the season, or you're going to in a couple of weeks when he really shows the fantasy numbers that he can put up week in, week out. The third player is going to be CeeDee Lamb. Now, Lamb has 22 targets over the first 2 weeks, and apparently Dak might be back by week 4. So if the person who drafted Lamb is panicking, go out and take advantage of that and get him on the cheap. The fourth player here is going to be Austin Eckler. Now, you shouldn't care if Sony Michel is taking the goal line work in this offense. Obviously, that's not ideal, but Eckler is valuable because of his receiving work. And I think the end of the Chiefs game this past Thursday is more indicative of Eckler's work moving forward than week 1 was. So go out and get him cheap. And the final player that you should be targeting as a buy low candidate in your fantasy football leagues is Leonard Fournette. He's second in the league in carries and has the highest percentage of routes run on passing plays among all running backs. Yet right now, he's only the running back 18 in terms of fantasy production. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Go out and send a trade offer for Leonard Fournette. It'll pay off. So that's it for the 5 buy low candidates that I have in fantasy football. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Go out and send some trade offers and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.